Okay, so are you able to see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay then. So today we're gonna talk about career in financial market and what are the certification that is required so that you can pursue your career in financial market. Okay, so basically the majority of the question for the majority of the youth is that what to do after the BCom, MCom or MBA. So this is the major question, and majority of the people's uh, like whatever the job they are getting, they are just doing it. So without knowing where to go and what type of certification that is required to pursue a particular job and where the demand actually is. Okay. So majority of the peoples who are graduating from BCom, MCom and MBA, so these peoples are generally end up doing the accounting work. Majority of the people go for the accounts payable or accounts receivable in MNCs and all. So they will be having a like initially there will be a 30% hike will be there. So for every 1 year, and afterwards, after a particular period of time, so the salary will be getting they will be in a stagnation position because after that there will be no growth. So after 3 years, 4 years, salary of is around 60 to 70,000. So that time that will become a stagnation position for the majority of the peoples. Okay. So accounting has a limited scope, and whereas the demand for the accountancy is very limited, but the supply, the peoples who are coming out of the graduation, so those peoples are majority of them, they are going to go and landing the accounting job, and has that uh, scenario. So there is a more supply and less demand, and that is the reason companies are bargaining with the price, bargaining the salaries and all. So the salary will be limited. Okay. uh, like majority like the peoples who are do after their graduation, so some peoples go for the government job, some peoples will go for the private, and some peoples will be pursuing the higher education as well. But the major focus on these peoples, like the pursuing BCom or the graduating BCom or MCom or MBA. So the major peoples who are considering finance as their who want to pursue their career in finance, so they need to look into financial industry in a more uh, like in a more deep manner, so that they can understand how the financial market works. So that is the thing. So here we are more focus is on generally concentrating on how the financial market in India is and how we can enter into financial market. So what is the meaning of financial market? Okay, financial market refers to any marketplace where trading of securities occurs, including stock market, bond market, forex market, and derivatives market, among others. So financial market are vital to the smooth operation of capitalist economy. So for any capitalist economic like ours, so financial market working is very much important. Okay. And for that, we need a required talent, and we need to have that kind of people who can run our financial market in a more smooth manner, so that both Indian economy, like financial market is a place where the peoples who want money and the peoples who have money, so will come and meet up, and the peoples who need money, like we call it as entrepreneurs, so they will be getting money from the capital market, and they will be building their big machine, and so that by contributing to the national income of the country as well. So capitalist economy, so the major pillar is like the people who are having money and the people who want money. So if that particular bridge is been built up, so that time the economic progress will be very much huge. Okay. So that is the one thing. So here you can financial market, you can call it as a stock market where equity trading will take place. And if you go with the bond market where debentures are being traded, or if you talk about forex market where currency pairs are being traded, or you can say derivatives market where it's a more complex kind of market where you are trading with some underlying assets. Okay. So that is the thing. And there is other market which is called as commodity market where you are trading with the commodities like oil, gas. Okay. And other food items, these are the items which are like jeera, it's been traded in the commodity market. So agri commodity and non-agri commodities are there. So there is a wider scope in Indian financial market. Okay. So that is one thing. So career opportunity, if you see, if we differentiate career in larger terms, we can generally term people who are entering into the market, we can call them as a technical analyst, the derivative specialist, the fundamental analyst, wealth management, currency and commodity market experts. Okay, so technical analyst is the kind of person who is going to see the chart and determining whether the uh, particular script or particular stock is going up or down. So based on his parameters, so technical analyst also a big study in itself. So these are the people who are going to determine future movement of that particular stock, seeing the past movement of that particular share. So derivatives is a kind of instruments which have which has derived its value from some underlying asset. Basically, derivatives, we can give example of Sensex and Nifty. So Sensex consists of 30 companies. Sensex don't has any value of its own, but it has derived its value from some 30 companies under the Sensex. So from that particular thing, Sensex has derived its value. In the same way, Nifty has derived its value from some 50 companies, 50 most profitable companies in India. So they have combined them, and from that a particular number is arrived. For example, 4,900 valuation something is there in the market as of now. So that is the market, that is the value which is derived from combining the 50 companies. So if the 50 companies perform well, the Nifty has to move up. If the 50 companies are performing very less, so the Nifty will be going down. So that is a kind of derivative instruments which people generally trade. And in India, one of the highest traded derivative instrument in the world is Nifty 50. Okay, so in the world itself, it's the highest traded in terms of volume. Okay, so that much of scope is there in Indian markets. So every country want to invest in India, and every country want to trade in Indian markets because of the technology and because of the liquidity what we provide in the market. So SEBI is very strict in this kind of thing and all, and the money, the compensation what they are paying to the people who are doing the work in this kind of field, so they are paid very heavily. So fundamental analyst is the kind of person who is going to evaluate a particular company on the basis of its fundamental attributes. For example, fundamental analyst is going to see the company's financial statements like profit and loss account, balance sheet, cash flow statement, and the company's annual report in detail. So based on that, he will be coming up with the report of that particular company, whether the particular company going to sustain in long run or not. Clear? So that will be prepared by fundamental analyst. Wealth management is a kind of person who is going to advise you on how to grow your wealth. So this is also a very good profession. Currency and commodity is the market where you are going to deal with forex currencies, and commodity, as I said, you are going to deal with agri and non-agri commodities. So there is a specific market itself. What we for non-agri commodity, we have a market called as, we have an exchange called as MCX. So MCX is the market where we can trade in gold, like natural gas, petroleum. Okay, so in this commodity we can trade in this kind of market. Okay, all this comes under financial market itself, and these are the broader area where majority of the peoples go into professions. So if we break down all the things and study, so what type of roles you are going to get in the market, and if we go with the top opportunities in stock market, first comes the pro trader. So this particular person is the highest paid salary in the market, ranging from 10 to 20 crores in a year. So that is the compensation what a pro trader receives, and bonus is additional what is given to him. So pro trader is a kind of person who is interested with the lot of money, and this particular person is going to invest in different markets and going to generate some returns from the market. So that is the work of pro trader. Okay, so under pro trader, there are many people who are working under him. There are many research analysts, there are many technical analysts who are working under him. But the main buying and selling decision of the stocks or scripts will be taken by the pro trader. Okay, so this particular person is having a lot of knowledge about the market, and this particular person is having a lot of experience of the market. Okay, so arbitrager is a kind of person who is going to find a difference between the two market, and based on the difference between the two market, he going to take the entry. For example, you may have observed in the stock market that there are two stock markets in India. One is BSE, another is NSE. So if you take a script of Tata Motors at any point of time, if you take Tata Motors, so in NSE it will be trading at 381, and at BSE it will be trading at 380. Okay, so what this arbitrager do is that they gonna buy Tata Motors from NSE at 381, and they are going to sell the Tata Motors at for example, the people who are involved in this arbitrage, so these people are going to buy from BSE Tata Motors at 380 and sell the same Tata Motors at NSE at 381, so thereby making a risk-free profit of 1 rupee. So here these people are doing with trading a lot of quantity of 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh quantity of shares they are taking, and they are making the profit. So this is generally a risk-free profit what these arbitrators are earning from the market. And in the same way, they are doing with the options market as well, where they are going to find the difference between the prices between the option price and the cash market price. So thereby they are going to do it. So in the more simplest form, so you just understand the BSE and NSE, what example I have given. So research analyst is a kind of people who are going to prepare the reports on the companies. For example, if like they are going to prepare a report on, take an example of Tata Motors, HCL, or Jindal Steel. Okay, so these people are going to prepare a full-fledged report of that particular company and telling to their shareholders that telling to their clients whether to buy or sell that particular stock. Okay, so these people are going to prepare a report on that particular company, and they are going to and majority of the times the research analyst will be publishing a report of the company of long-term holding. For example, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, of that kind of sort. And research analyst, there are two types of research analyst. One is the buy side and sell side. So generally there are some research analyst who is working in the mutual fund companies. Okay, so these people's reports are generally circulated within the company, and that report is prepared and sent to the hedge fund manager who is going to manage your money. So that particular person is going to see, analyze your report, and based on that, he is going to allocate people's money into that particular companies. Okay, so that is one thing. And there are other research analysts who is working for the clients. For example, the stockbroker companies like Anand Rathi, Angel Broking, and also these people are going to publish reports so that the client can take an informed decision of buying a particular share and all. So there are two types of research analysts. So one is working for the internal circulation of the reports, and other is for external circulation. Okay, so the next comes the stockbroking firms. So stockbroking firms are the kind of intermediaries who are going to help the retail peoples or institutional investors to get entry into the stock market, where they can trade with the NSE and BSE. Okay, so you can see like Upstox, Zerodha, Angel Broking, like Sharekhan. So all these are called as stockbroking firms, and these people are making money by giving you the trading recommendations, or else by facilitating you to trade. Thereby they are earning their brokerage. Okay, so for any share you buy or sell, they will be earning the brokerage out of that. So next comes the investment advisory. So investment advisory is a kind of person who is going to advise you on your building your wealth. So how much of money should be invested in your mutual funds, how much of money should be invested in stock market, and how much of money should be invested in insurance, so that overall you can build your wealth. So this is also a very good profession, and people are paid very much high in this profession as well. And the portfolio management service is one of the most excellent job, and people are paid a very heavy consultation fees will be there, whereas the people who are working in that particular area will be paid very high. So these people are the people who are expert in the market, and they are going to take people's money, like as of now SEBI's rule, the people who are having more than 50 lakhs, so those people can invest with these portfolio managers of around 50 lakhs, and yearly they will be getting a return of around 15%, 20%, depending on the agreement what you are going to make. And like anyhow, the particular person who has invested that much of money, so he will be getting good returns, better than the bank FD and all. So in bank and all, you will be getting more the like around 5 to 6%. So that's it. But where you invest in portfolio management services and all, so the particular person will be earning a lot of money in this. Okay, so they're by applying the knowledge of the market, so these people are helping the clients to earn better returns. So this is one of the profession where people are investing. A lot of people are investing their money. The rich peoples, you can see those people are investing in this kind of portfolio management services. Okay, career opportunities from low to high we can come up. So first we go with the lowest kind of operation from the low level. So first one is like a back office and accounting. So here you can enter into financial market by passing one of the certifications in the financial market. So for example, if you are entering into mutual fund back office, or if you enter into a stockbroker fund back office, and also you have to need to clear a certification of one certification. Generally, if you are working for a mutual fund back office, so you have to clear the mutual fund certification level 2 examination you need to clear, and afterwards you can enter into this particular back office accounting and all. So where your main work is to do some accounting work and some posting work will be there. So that's it. So you are not supposed to interact with the clients and all. So this is the one job. And depository operation is a kind of operations where the peoples who are buying shares and all, so this particular operation responsibility is to keep account of the peoples who are buying shares and who are selling the shares. Okay, so this is the depository operation. So depository is a kind of mechanism where you can whenever you are going to buy shares, so that particular share will be transferred to a particular depository. So in India, there are two depositories in India. One is NSDL and CSDL. So these NSDL and CSDL is responsible for safekeeping of your dematerialized shares. So before that, there are they used to distribute share certificates, but after the amendment and also the physical certificate have been removed off, and now there is a dematerialization of shares will be there. So dematerialization is an electronic form of certificate, so that will be in your name deposited in a separate account. So that is the reason we call it as a demat account. Okay, so demat is nothing but a dematerialization of your shares, which can be kept in the demat account. So that particular safekeeping will be taken care by this depository operations person. So risk management is a kind of mechanism, and this is majorly risk management will be there with the mutual fund companies and as well as in stock brokers. So in stock brokers, you may heard about leverage. So intraday, if you are trading, like take an example of 10x leverage. If your stockbroker is giving you a 10x leverage, it speaks about if you are having 1,000 rupees in your demat account, you can trade up to 10,000 rupees of worth of shares. That is called as a 10x leverage. So 9,000 like loan will be given to you as a form of leverage. Okay, so from that particular thing you can buy and sell the shares. So risk management is a kind of mechanism where, so for highly volatile stocks, they will be giving less leverage. For example, volatile stock like Hindustan Unilever, or else the other shares like IndusInd Bank. So they are highly volatile stocks. So there they will be giving a exposure will be less of around 5x leverage will be provided you. For example, if you have 1,000 rupees, you can trade up to 5,000 rupees worth of shares in the IndusInd account, IndusInd script. Okay, and if the particular script is very low volatile, for example, ITC, SBI and all, so they are very less volatile stocks, so they will be giving a 10x leverage, and there will be some rules regarding how much of leverage should be given from NSE and BSE as well. So they will be mitigating that kind of thing. So the risk management division will be there in the company, so they will be doing all these kind of activities. Okay, so this is also very good avenue. So a client relationship, first like in this the thing is that equity advisor is a person who is going to give short term or long term recommendation to the clients, to the client, where he is providing with the buying and selling recommendation of a particular script and all. So this particular person is called as a equity advisory. Okay, client relationship manager is a kind of person who is going to look over the branch. For example, Anand Rathi, or else if you go to Angel Broking and all, so they will be having an office, and that particular branch, a particular branch officer will be there. So he is nothing but a client relationship manager who is responsible for opening of your Demat account, and if you have any queries, he will be solving that particular query. And this particular person is entrusted with the responsibility of having more number of Demat accounts under him, so that he can earn some brokerage on that. So business development management is a kind of persons who are assigned with the cluster. For example, Hubli, Dharwad, Haveri, Gadag is a kind of cluster where 4 to 5 districts will be allotted to that particular person, and that particular person is responsible for developing that particular areas or spreading of that particular. For example, Anand Rathi development officer is responsible for spreading more number of, or opening more number of Anand Rathi branches in that particular cluster. Okay, and thereby he can open up more number of franchises. Okay, so next comes the advisory or research. So first comes the fundamental analyst, as I said. So this particular person will be entrusted with the responsibility of seeing the company's quantitative data, and based on that coming up with the report. So what the particular researcher feel about that particular company. Technical analyst is the kind of person who is going to just look upon the charts and all, and thereby deciding when to enter and when to exit that particular script. So equity research is the kind of person who is mostly involved into kind of fundamental as well as technical analyst combination of both, and he is going to prepare a report, and that report will be circulated within the company as well as that report will be published outside. So equity research is a kind of research analyst person. So his main responsibility is to select quality stocks in the market. So there are around more than 6,000 plus companies are there listed in BSE and NSE. Okay, so like it is very hard to find which is the next good opportunity in the market. So these peoples are involved in kind of searching. So which company is most suitable for investment, and which company we can invest today, and like after a few years and all. So we can find a very multi-bagger stocks and also you have heard the multi-bagger stock, right? And all. So it's kind of a value investment. So when the particular stock is low, you are going to invest, and after waiting for a few years and also when the value unlocks, that particular stock will run like anything. So for that particular thing, the equity research will be forming some reports and all, and based on that report, you can take a call on that. So dealers, when it comes to trading, dealer is a kind of person who is going to punch order on your behalf. Okay, so he is whatever the orders you are giving, whatever shares you say him to buy or sell, so that particular buying and selling, this particular dealer will be doing that. So arbitrager is a kind of person, so he is going to take a difference between the two markets, and based on that difference, he is going to earn money from the market. So pro trader, as I've explained, so this is a particular person who is the most intelligent person in the market. So he is going to take a investment decision. Okay, so these are the career opportunities which are available in the right now in the market. So what is the role of NISM in all this? So NISM role is to professionalize the Indian securities market, professionalizing the Indian securities market, and it is an education institute set up by SEBI. Okay, and this is inaugurated by Narendra Modi himself, and the National Institute of Security Market. This is the NISM campus, which is located in Mumbai, Patalganga. So this is the spectacular campus what is there in Mumbai, and where they are offering the MBA courses as well. So security certifications required. So to do all this role and all, so you need to pursue the certifications. So first one is the Security Market Foundation certification is there. So this will act as a gateway for the financial market. So next comes the, if you want to enter into mutual fund industry, this certification is very much essential. Mutual fund distributor level 2 examination is there. So if you qualify this, you can enter into mutual fund industry. So equity derivative, as I explained, if you want to be a dealer, if you want to be a arbitrager, or if you want to be a pro trader, you need to complete this equity derivative certification. So research analyst, so if you want to go with a fundamental analyst or equity advisor, or if you want to become as a equity research analyst and all, you need to qualify this particular research analyst examination, where thorough analysis, or how a particular person do the fundamental analysis, how to do technical analysis in detail. It is explained in this. So investment advisory level 1. So if you want to become an investment advisor or wealth manager and all, so you need to clear this particular certification, that is investment advisor level 1 and level 2. So here everything about personal financing is dealt in a more correct manner, very more detailed manner. So it is equivalent to CFP. So CFP is the certification from US, that is Certified Financial Planner, and investment advisor level 1, level 2. So both, if you if you do CFP or investment advisor level 1 and level 2, both are having the same weightage in India. Okay, so what are the what is the advantages of this particular certificate? First, to meet regulatory requirements. So according to SEBI rule, what SEBI telling is that, so for all peoples who want to enter into or who want to pursue their career in finance, and also to the companies when they are going for recruitment and all, or after recruitment within 3 months, the people who are going to whom they are going to recruit within 3 months, those people have to clear the certifications. And once they clear the certification, that certification will be allotted one unique number, and that unique number should be submitted to the regulatory. Then only their job will be confirmed in that particular company. Okay, so that is a strict rule by SEBI. So any person who is working in back office, who is working in front office, or in any form, if you are working, so you need to qualify that particular examination if you are entering that particular area. So for that particular reason, you need to do this kind of certification, whether you are coming from Harvard University or whether you are coming from a top B school and all, it doesn't matter. You need to clear that certification. The person who is qualifying, that particular person, he is having a same value. The person coming from normal MBA college or the person coming from top MBA college, both will be given same value. Okay, so that is the importance of this particular certificate. So first one, to meet the regulatory requirement, improve product process knowledge. So as it is directly coming from SEBI and it is curated by SEBI professional itself, like NISM is their own wing. So the product process and knowledge is dealt in a very correct manner, helps in seeking jobs in capital market. As it is a rule by SEBI, so people who are entering in the capital market, if they pursue this certificate, so they will be getting the jobs in capital market. So will be having a good value addition in your resume. So like any company, if you go for financial interview and all, and if you show them the certificate, so that will be having a high weightage on your resume. And the next thing is nationwide acceptance. So whether you are approaching a job in Bangalore, or whether you are going for a job in Delhi, or whether you are going a job in Hyderabad or Pune, Mumbai, so nationwide certification is same. Okay, nationwide acceptance is there for NISM certification. And authentic source of information. So as it is coming directly from SEBI and also, it's an authentic source of information, what you are seeing. And most important, like majority of the certification in India carries a very high fees and all. So NISM certificate is that which is having a lowest fees in the industry, low fees and highest job facility will be there. Okay, the people who are pursuing NISM certificate, those will be getting the job very easily. And the other thing is that the other thing is that so easy availability of NISM mock test. So you can find NISM books freely from the Google, and or else once you register for the examination, the PDF will be sent to you, or you can download the book from the NISM website itself and you can read. And there are many NISM mock tests before going for examination, you can do it. So as we are offering the training and all, so we will be providing you with the study materials. We will be going you through a training of around 10 to 15 days, and afterwards we will be providing the study material, and we will be ensuring that you should clear the examination and all. So the certification on what we are providing training is these kind of certifications. So as of now, we are going to provide you with the certification of Security Market Foundation and Mutual Fund Distributor level 2. So this is the first batch what we are carrying out, and previously we have conducted the same set of certifications in JG College of Commerce, where more than 80 people have attended the training of around 12 days. We have conducted the session, and majority of the people have cleared the examination. And online mode, we are conducting this particular session for the first time. And for this thing, we are going to offer you the Security Market Foundation Mutual Fund Distributor Level 2. So these are the certifications what we are planning to take, and we are planning to start from tomorrow itself. So the people who are going to register with us, and the fees for this 2 certification is around 2,000 rupees what we are charging. So for Security Market Foundation, we used to charge 500 rupees, and Mutual Fund Distributor Level 2, we used to charge 2,000 rupees. But as of now, we are offering the combo of 2,000 rupees. We are providing with 2 set of certifications. Okay, so once we clear the gateway certification, that is Security Market Foundation, we directly jump to Mutual Fund Distributor Level 2. We will be providing all the materials, and you can easily pass the examination. So what we can we can assure that. Okay, so that is the thing. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Okay, so the floor is open. You can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions.
Sir, both together is of 15 days or 1 month, sir?
Okay, both together it is for 15 days.
Okay.
Okay, so and other thing what is that the Mutual Fund Distributor Level 2, after completion of this Mutual Fund Distributor Level 2, we will be providing you with the internship of 1 month. 1 month internship will be provided to you on how to select the how to select the good mutual fund, and because mutual fund vast field where there are more than 2,000 plus schemes are there in mutual fund. So like directly jumping into the job don't make sense. So for that, we are going to provide you 1 month internship, and afterwards you can apply for the job. So and you can get the job very easily. So if you have done some internship and all. Okay, so then.
Sir, will you provide the notes?
Yeah, we'll be providing with all the notes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so this is one of the lowest fees what we are offering, and you can take this advantage. Okay, so any other doubt you are having? Okay, so how many people are interested in joining from tomorrow itself? Okay, so only one. So other people? Okay, 2, 3. Okay, so other people, you can unmute yourself and say that's it. That's okay. So, okay, 4 people are there. Okay. Okay then. So if you are very much interested, so we can start from tomorrow itself. And the timing will be starts from daily from 7 to 8. We can have the sessions, and we can within 15 days we will be completing the Security Market Foundation and as well as mutual fund certifications.
So
Yeah.
Can I ask my friends to join the session?
Yeah, you can ask your friends to join the session as well.
For them also it will be starting from tomorrow only?
Yeah, from them also it's starting from tomorrow itself.
Okay, fine.
Sir?
Yeah.
Contact details.
What?
Can I share your contact details to them? So
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. You can share my contact details so they can contact, and if they have any doubt, they can resolve. They can get it cleared, and afterwards we can start.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other doubts? So feel free.
Sir, can't we do only?
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, can't we do only first certification course, sir?
No, so what happens is that if you do the first certification, the mutual fund distributor level 2, what is there? So it is a continuation of that particular like Security Market Foundation. So if you only clear Security Market Foundation, that will not be having any value in the market. So if you clear mutual fund distributor level 2 as well, so once we complete that this Security Market Foundation, afterwards we can directly jump to mutual fund. So that will make a continuation of it. So that is the reason we are offering like a combo.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
One is like a gateway, and other is a kind of certification what you are offering. So this particular certificate you can directly, it will be fetching you the job in the financial market. So you can find job
Okay, sir.
from that mutual fund market. So there are many jobs in Hubli, or there will be many jobs in Bangalore as well. So we will be finding a job very easily. So if you do that professional certificate, so mutual fund, like Security Market Foundation, is just a basic one. Like mutual fund is a professional course.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So any other
Sir?
doubt about financial market? You do, like you didn't understand a particular part of it, or else?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, for how many hours the session will be?
Yeah, daily session will be of around 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so 2 hours we'll be taking the session. So is it okay, right? 2 hours, is
Yeah.
it more?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, no problem.
Yes.
Okay, so sessions will be more
Sir,
interactive,
can it be
and
morning session, sir?
morning I will be having college, I will be having college and all, so their classes will be there. So that will be a hindrance for me. So taking morning classes and all. So in some
Okay,
time and
it's
all,
okay,
we can
sir.
have some morning sessions as well, but majority taken around, we'll be having a sessions from 7 o'clock.
Okay, okay, sir.
7 to 9, we will be having sessions like this.
Okay, okay, sir. No problem.
Okay. Any other doubts? Okay then. So we're gonna meet tomorrow. So if you for payment and all, this is my UPI number. So like my mobile number itself, it's my UPI. So you can transfer the money and all. So tomorrow, who are going to register, so we'll be conducting the sessions for them. Okay. So like tomorrow,
Okay,
we
sir.
will be having the session there. Okay. And if you have any doubt, you can directly personally call me as well. Okay. 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 Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for attending. Thank you. Please share the fees details once again in group. Okay, sure. I will be sharing the fees details in the group as well. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.